Hey guys, what's going on? Kulprit here, and today I want to talk a little bit about Battlefield 4 and play the, what if game. Play Imagine. And I was recently talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about Battlefield 4, obviously, and we were talking about other games we play, and we got to talking about how cool would it be if Battlefield 4 had some kind of an ELO system. And for those of you who aren't familiar with that, that's a term from League of Legends. And basically, it's their ranking, their rating system, where, the matches you play, if you're playing against players that are ranked higher than you, your rating will go up. If you play, I don't know exactly how it works. I don't know that anybody really knows exactly how it works, but basically it's an algorithm that ranks you versus the other players and things. And eventually, as you play more and more matches, you eventually settle into a ranking and a rating and what they call ELO, and that determines like what tiers you're playing on. Now League has all kinds of bronze, silver, gold, platinum, challenger, all kinds of things to kind of stratify players so that hopefully, potentially, you're playing against players that are of like skill to you. Now there's always kind of asterisks in the algorithm where guys are like, you have a pro that what they call a Smurf account, which is basically a new account. He's just starting, so he's flying through the low levels and he's just destroying people. That's unfortunate, but you can't really do much about that, and it's unfortunately a necessary evil because these guys need to make other accounts and things. But that's such a small percentage, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Now, I know Call of Duty also does some kind of a ladder or ranked, I forget what it's called, forgive me, but that really is not what I'm talking about. That seems to be just more like a ranked, you play, and if you beat a team that's higher than you, it's a very basic idea of what I'm talking about. Now, ideally, and let me just indicate, yes, I'm aware that Battlelog has a skill system, and I guess that's something like what I'm talking about, but it clearly hasn't been done very well because I think it's a terrible, metric for showing anybody's skill or just worth in Battlefield. Just like I think KD and score per minute and all these other things are really poor in showing like who's a good player and who's not. Everything's skewed because of all the double XP, and the different game modes give you different returns, and KD we know can be totally suspect because it just all matters on how the person plays. But hopefully if we had some, and again, I'm going to talk pie in the sky. I understand, undergoing this type of a project of building an algorithm like this that takes so many factors that are involved in Battlefield 4 is a big deal. It's a big project. But let's just assume they went out and they did this, and they produced this ELO or this rating system that would really factor into, of course, kills, deaths, wins, losses, how much objective play you've done, and how much you've helped your teammates. All these things would be weighted, and they would be mashed together, and you would come out with some kind of a rating saying you are this level of a Battlefield player. Here's our ideal player, and this is how you stack up to that. And then everybody can have this metric to compare each other with. Now, I think as we thought about it and we talked about it, you would have to have a different rating almost for every different game mode. Because again, different game modes, prioritize different things. Some are more objective, obviously, some are not, and so you can't just have one ranking, I don't think, for all the game modes. But I think once you have the basic algorithm, it would be kind of easy to then just tweak it for, conquest versus domination, or obliteration versus, like diffuse, I guess, theoretically. So you see the differences there. Now, once you have this rating system down, it really opens up a world of possibilities for the game itself. Obviously, it would open itself up to ladder systems, ranking systems where, I can then go in and let's just say ranked servers would be just that, ranked, and they would basically, anything you do on a ranked server would affect this rating. If you don't want to do that, you want to go try your 360 ladder no scope trick shot, well then you go onto an unranked server, or maybe you're just you want to try out a new weapon, and maybe you can unlock things on an unranked server now or something like that. I don't know. But if you're going on a ranked server and, I come on a Thursday night after work and I'm like, I want to play some domination or maybe it's rush, and I look at my friends, oh man, nobody's playing tonight. Well, a lot of times when I sit down on my computer and I'm like, should I make a YouTube video, or maybe I want to play tonight, and I look at my Battlelog friends list and there's nobody on, I'm like, I'm gonna make a YouTube video tonight. Now, I do personally play a lot solo, so maybe that's why this excites me so much, because sometimes I just play weird hours, so I have no choice. But everybody knows Battlefield 4 is a game best played with friends, so you'd get on and you'd look and be like, oh man, nobody's really on. But you're not so afraid now because you've got your ELO ranking. And when you go in and you match find and a match makes you and throws you into a 5v5 domination match, let's say, you know that the other 9 players are relatively close to you in rating. Say you're like a 1300 ELO, I don't know, I'm just throwing a number out there. Well, ideally and theoretically, that match is only going to be between, say, let's say 1100 and 1500. So sure, there's going to be some players that are ranked higher than you, and there's going to be players that are ranked below you. But, as you play more and more matches, and as they do as well, and, maybe you still have some kind of a level system or tier system, you're going to get matched up with people that are relatively equal skill to you. And I think as you extrapolate that out into the matches, it's going to make these matches so much more interesting. It's just going to be so much more fun because now people literally have something to play for, because we know for some people just the win-loss is not enough. It's not enough to play for that because people just don't care, and we see a lot of boredom on public servers, and that's, you know, I don't necessarily blame people for that, but as a guy that goes in and I really care about winning and losing, and I really care about trying to help my teammates, it can be really frustrating when I see teammates that just don't give a crap at all, and they're like a mile away trying to snipe, and it's just not helping your team in any fashion. You know, that's really, you know, it's more than frustrating. It's deflating, to be honest with you. So an idea that now they have something to play for is really kind of cool to me, and then you could add this to like 5v5, or, you know, 5-man teams, domination. You can do 5-man conquest, which I guess is domination in a sense. 10-man teams. You know, I don't know if you'd go much more than 10, because then you're getting a lot of variation. But now you can have these teams officially form up through battle log, and they can be ladders and things, and there could be qualifying ladders where, you know, all right, say level BF is going to throw, you know, a big tournament, open it up to anybody, and the top 30 teams and this ranked ladder are now going to be invited. Like, think of, as you think and you dig deeper, the possibilities become pretty huge. And I just think in general, they put in this work centrally to build this rating. And now it's going to take a lot of trial and error, a lot of experimentation, obviously, and tweaking, obviously. But once they kind of figure it out and get what they like and get what they want, I think the possibilities are endless, and the added value to the game and the added longevity of the game would be just incredible. It would make playing this game for longer terms much more rewarding than just to get a shit bucket, right? I mean, who cares about you being level 110 and you get this purple number? I don't personally care. But if you told me, if I grind and I try hard and I play right and I play well and I play with people that do, and I could, you know, raise in these tangible levels and ratings, I would be in that. Like, that's how I am. I'm a stat head in that way. So I would really enjoy that, and it would just be a really cool discussion topic. Like, it would be interesting to see what YouTubers would disclose that. Like, I would be pretty open with it. I don't really care, but it would be cool to see, or if it would be a public kind of thing where you could look them up and be like, well, that's their rating, they're full of crap, or wow, you know, this guy, you know, is actually a much better player than he comes across, that kind of stuff, which would be really interesting. So I don't know, I just wanted to throw that out there. It was just kind of a cool little idea we kind of hatched, and I've thought about things like this, but I guess as I play League more and I see their system, I really wish that would kind of translate into more shooters, and specifically, excuse me, to Battlefield 4. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys, I have a feeling a lot of you guys have thought about this out there. What do you think would, you know, where do you think it would add to the game? And obviously, I know there's going to be some trolls and things. So let me know where you think it might hinder the game, and maybe you feel it would be a detriment. Maybe you have an experience with another game and it just didn't work out as you thought it would on paper. Yeah, always love to hear that stuff in the comments. So make sure you post it down there. I'll give it a look and obviously reply to you. Like always, guys, thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like. It really helps me. I appreciate the support, and I will talk to you soon. Take care, guys.